Okay. Square Enix. Square. Squirrel for brains. Enix. Let's talk about a few things right off the bat, okay? First of all, yes, I saw the FF7 remake thing. No, I'm not excited for it. But you're probably wondering why. I'm going to wait on giving those reasonings until after this presentation. They have this presentation to get me actually excited about the FF7 remake. So I'm going to leave those thoughts for the end, assuming they're going to showcase anything. Second thing I want to talk about. This is the Square Enix presentation, so I guarantee you most of what we're going to see is going to be the publisher side of things. I mean, you know, we're going to see stuff about Tomb Raider, we're going to see stuff about Hitman. I can't remember what other IPs they're pushing out right now. All the Eidos stuff, you know, that's probably what we're actually going to be showing with regards to Square Enix, and we're probably not going to see a lot about stuff that's actually developed by Square Enix. I would like to say there are a few things I'd like to see. Kingdom Hearts 3 leaps immediately to mind. More FF15 stuff would be nice. I would love to hear more news about FF14, which is a game I'm really enjoying and absolutely loving there. And, of course, there's this game called FF7's Remake, which I do actually want to hear more info on. But, no, what we're probably going to get is most of the stuff from things that have nothing to do with Square, if you know how I phrase that. I do not have a PS4, that is correct, Reaper. So far, I have not been convinced to buy a PS4, is how I'm going to phrase that. The interesting factoids as they're going by here. So one thing, there is one thing that I would love to see from this conference, and I know you're all going to hate me for it, so go ahead and shoot me in the face. It's okay, I understand, I accept it. The one thing I really want to see is my FF5 and FF6 remakes. Proper remakes that I've been waiting for close to 5 years now. You made FF3, you made FF4, give me my goddamn remakes. Just make the same team, you're already working on it, you're already doing it, and then you pulled the plug. Give me my frickin' remakes. I would also like to see localization of Dragon Quest here in the West. For those of you who have not been following that, they localized the Dragon Quest remakes of 4 through 6, and 8 and 9 came out here. Obviously, 8 came, it was actually like 8, and then 4 through 6, and then 9 came out here. And then 7 did not. Just out of nowhere, 7 did not get localized. It was a proper remake, too. Same team. 3DS. It was awesome. I was like, yes, I'm gonna buy that day one because it's Dragon Quest 7, which is awesome. And yeah, and no Western release, no outside of Japan release in general. So I know my European viewers are in the same boat. There, it's like, oh hey. And then we have, and then there's Dragon Quest 10, also not released outside of Japan, while we're on the subject. And Dragon Quest 11, where they're talking about, you know, oh hey, it's totally gonna be released in the West. Yeah, I'll buy it when I see it, guys. Yeah, it was, Zed. That's exactly what they said. They were like, oh, there's no interest outside of Japan in a game that's Japanese. That's just crazy! Niche market? No, what's that? Hey, Stukia. But there's a bunch of other stuff I'd love to see that we won't. I'd love to see the Mana series continue. I'd love to see the Breath of Fire series go somewhere. I know that's actually Capcom, but Square has done some work on that in the past, and they helped make some of the really good stuff in there. I would like to see, you know, like I said, Kingdom Hearts 3, blah, blah, blah. Well, highest number of appearances is actually Gilgamesh. That's not even surprising. Someone mentioned the Chrono Trigger remake. For those of you not aware, we had a teaser last week about this presentation that's about to go live. Well, actually, it was E3 in general, so it might not be at this presentation. But it was Frog's song from Chrono Trigger, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you know, Chrono Trigger! They're gonna do something with it." And my first reaction, and I hate myself for this because it's so damn cynical. My first reaction was, "Oh great, they're giving us a mobile port," or "Oh great, they're giving us a new version of Theater Rhythm." By the way, I like Theater Rhythm. I own Theatrhythm. I'm still cynical when I see a thing for Chrono Trigger, and I'm like, yeah, it's just going to be a Theatrhythm thing. Although I was actually corrected. One of my viewers pointed out Chrono Trigger is actually already on the mobile, so that's not what it is. But people are talking about a Chrono Trigger remake. All I got to say is, why? I know this sounds weird, but I've talked about this before during the Final Fantasy Marathon. I think that FF9 is like the most recent game that should be remade, because all the games after that have aged perfectly. You know, there's no reason for them to be remade. It's the same thing with certain other games. Like, do a proper remake of Link to the Past. You don't need to. It's done. Do a proper remake of Chrono Trigger. Well, they already did. It was on the DS, and it was great. There's no need to remake it again. There's no purpose in that, right? I'm a huge fan of proper remakes. I really am. And my list of games I want proper remade on PC and console both are like miles long. But then there's some games I look at, it's like, no, this does not need. I would actually oppose a proper remake of this game because it doesn't need it. But there's two other possibilities, and Pax and I talked about this last week when we heard the Chrono Trigger tease, and that is possibility one, number one. Chrono Cross remake. Don't have anything to say about that. Possibility 2. Chrono Trigger 2.5 or 1.5 or what do you want to call it? The in-between. What was it called? Fantastic Dreamers or Radical Dreamers. They're gonna do Radical Dreamers again. They're gonna do the in-between tale between Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. Please don't do that, Square, please. Radical Dreamers was not actually that good. And had some really, really, really screwed up storytelling style and just... Yeah. So, what? Are we live? Do we have audio? Hang on. I think we're live. Yep, this is it. Square Enix. We're cool, we swear. I'm glad this happened right after the Nintendo one, because I'm in a good mood here. By the way, I'm not hyped for Last Guardian, and I already explained why. I'll explain it later if you want me to. Okay, that's true, Cashel. I will actually agree with that point. Now, I forgot about Just Cause 3. I'm super hyped for Just Cause 3. I'll admit that. Just Cause 2 was awesome. Just Cause 2 is a game that everyone should play at least once. Just Cause 1, not so good. Skip that one. But 2 really embraced the enjoyment factor of just fun silliness. So Just Cause 3 is probably going to be awesome, and I'm probably going to buy it. The funny thing is, you're looking at this, and this is all cinematic stuff, but it actually kind of isn't. I mean, a lot of this is actually stuff you can do in the game. So, I'll give that a pass, because you can really be that over the top with Just Cause 3.
CEO and Square Enix Americas and Europe, Phil Rogers.
Yes, I have, Samurai. It's buggy as crap.
Good morning. Good morning, and for fans joining around the world, good afternoon.
He's doing the hand thing. Everyone does the hand thing. It's great. 2015, the year of the hands.
So it's great to be here ahead of what we believe will be a remarkable next 12 months for us, for you.
Yeah, I've got my finger on the mute button, Preacher, this time. I'm ready.
Just before we jump into the games, I'd like to take a moment or two to talk about the journey we've been on at Square Enix.
The journey towards mediocrity. I'm sorry. Positivity.
In how we've been working. We've seen the massive work undertaken by the Final Fantasy XIV team in recreating their gaming world, right for the game and, of course, its players. We try to be more open-minded in how we support projects and teams, whether it's things like helping the Just Cause 2 multiplayer mod, or trusting the creators of Life is Strange in how characters and themes in games today can work. And we've been listening and taking on board...
Ambivalent so far, Zygmus.
As you've seen,
we'll see, but I am just ambivalent at the moment.
And we're determined to continue listening and improving. So, welcome. Great to have you here live in LA and fans joining via the streams online as we share more information about our upcoming titles. Over the next hour or so, the creators of our games, characters and worlds will be here to personally introduce you to their work and share the passion they have to make their game the next great game. Whether it's the dystopian future of Deus Ex...
I'm really sorry to comment on this, but I like how Nintendo started with this silly Muppets thing that was just goofy and stupid, and introduced the new Star Fox game, and everyone else has started with a guy talking. For good and for bad. I just mentioned that to show the difference.
Just Cause 3, one of the most explosive titles, literally, you're going to see this year, and one I know that will be played for a long time to come. We only have to look.
You know what I mean, Sarah? Once you start noticing, you can't stop. Look, even in the distance, he's still doing it over there in the corner.
Are still having fun each month playing with the game. This time, we promise to provide longer and stronger support for these games.
Look at this! I mean, I talk with my hands all the time, but I try not to do them.
Just Cause standing side by side with our other iconic gaming.
I also talk with my hands in real life.
I can't wait for you to get your hands on it later this year. It's an example of our belief that we work with some of the world's most talented teams to provide the platform and support to deliver on their creative visions. And I'm excited to report in its first year, our Square Enix Collective initiative has supported new talent too.
Okay.
Getting our dedicated Square Enix community to support and vote on new games is just part of our ambition to involve you.
We have Square
more
Enix
in the world
green
of
light
gaming
now.
and provide new routes into the industry for new development talent. I'm sure and I hope to see some of this talent headlining E3s in the future. Taking all these things together, we're proud that Square Enix today is unique in the industry in terms of the variety and depth of experiences we create, the global appeal of our games, and of course, our amazing fans.
I like how he
It's
keeps looking at the
important to us,
camera.
and I believe it's important.
And he keeps reminding himself to look at the camera. You see that? He keeps looking away, and there's like, oh, camera. Camera.
Across the globe.
Well, of course, he's taking a script right there. What are you doing there?
But that's enough from me. Thanks for listening. Please enjoy the show. And now, I'd like to welcome Roland, my friend from Avalanche Studios, to give you more information about Just Cause.
Give us Just Cause 3. Yes, I'm actually interested. Yes, let's do it.
Hi everyone, I'm Roland Lesterlin, the game director on Just Cause.
Look at how he's automatically just so much more natural.
Studios,
Look at that. I love it.
Making huge open
Loving
world
it.
games, where players are free to do what they want, when they want, however they want. With Just Cause 3, our ambitions are only matched by the sheer scale of our worlds. We want to make it the greatest.
By the way, Just Cause
game
2's world was huge.
And once again redefine the open world genre by setting a new benchmark for action and destruction. We strive to put the sandbox-style creativity back into next-gen games.
Good.
With that driving our development, we've added tons of new features.
Like?
All the while polishing and improving on your favorites to just give you more of what you love. We've added the wingsuit and stabilized the parachute, giving players unparalleled freedom to soar throughout the open world, raining epic destruction from above.
Yeah, this
We've
is a
upgraded
marketing
the grapple
spiel.
hook. We've added multiple grapple lines and the ability to directly control the grapple's tension,
Cool.
vastly increasing the cascade of explosions. In short, we want to give you all the tools you need to create hours and hours of incredible action in our Mediterranean-inspired world of Medici. Building Just Cause 3 beautiful 400 square mile sky-to-seabed action adventure is no small task, but it's one we've dedicated ourselves to delivering. And we're really pleased today to be able to announce that Just Cause 3 will be launching globally on December 1st this year on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah. And there's some real claps, finally. Although look at how small their audience is. They've got like a fifth the audience size of the other presentations.
We want to show you what the new Just Cause is all about. So get ready. This is Just Cause 3.
Come on. Don't show me gameplay.
Square Enix presents an Avalanche Studios production. Just Cause 3.
Now the funny thing is, that looks scripted, but I guarantee you can do that because you could do that in Just Cause 2 if you know what you're doing.
From sky to seabed, with a large arsenal of weaponry, gadgets, and vehicles, prepare to unleash chaos in the most creative and explosive ways you can imagine.
Yeah, so, come on.
Rico Rodriguez returns to his mother's homeland, the beautiful
Nice. Okay, I'm liking the wingsuit. Wingsuit plus grapple hook equals awesome.
Obsessed with power, Di Ravello rules Medici with an iron grip, suppressing his citizens building huge military structures and leading a strong defense force. But why does this island republic need such a large military? Di Ravello has his eyes on much bigger things than just Medici. He sees global domination as his ultimate conquest. Rico, driven by the desire to return Medici to its once beautiful and peaceful past, goes about bringing down Di Ravello's armies and military bases by any means possible.
We want to bring this place to a peaceful location, guys.
Rico's tools of the trade include an updated grapple hook, which can be used anywhere in the world.
So,
to scale great heights.
That stuff right there, that's actually gameplay, by the way. That's actually how the grapple works in action.
Now players can deploy multiple grapple tethers, enabling Rico to chain together
that sounds cool.
moments of chaos and destruction.
The multiple grapple things, that sounds cool.
Combined with a new manual retract function, the grapple becomes even more powerful and versatile. Slingshot vehicles into checkpoints. Attach soldiers to exploding fuel tanks.
I did it all the time.
Smash helicopters into the ground. You can also hook onto objects and tear them apart, and even construct wrecking balls. The possibilities are endless.
It's worth noting you could do a lot of this stuff in Just Cause 2 as well.
A far more stable platform for combat, helping Rico strike his enemies with great precision.
And this is also true.
Or two-handed weapons. This allows the combination between the grapple and parachute to be a highly effective combat force, something that no other game can do.
Honestly, this sounds a lot like Just Cause 2.5, but that's not a complaint. I love Just Cause 2. Giving us more content for Just Cause 2 is totally, you know, I'm totally with that. And they got the wingsuit and the double grapple, so awesome.
Of machine guns, rifles, handguns, grenades, rocket launchers, and unlimited C4, creating spectacular kills and awesome explosions. Medici is filled with over 80.
You know, this is so weird. I wish this guy would shut up. I know that's ironic because I'm talking. But you don't need to sell me on this with words. You don't need to sell me on this with words. You're selling me already, guys.
Crumple zones and explosive fuel tanks.
Also, crumple zones, awesome. Adding that to the physics is awesome.
All blow up in unique space chains of destruction for amazing moments of unpredictable chaos. All this comes together in Just Cause 3's incredible missions, where you tear down the General's bases of power, liberate towns in the open world, and gain access to new vehicles, weapons...
There are some flaws to Just Cause 2. If you want 100% Just Cause 2, it will get very dull. But the overall gameplay and some of the missions does... Oh, there's some amazing stuff in Just Cause 2.
And challenges to discover, all of which are tracked online for high-score bragging rights.
Don't care.
These include races, scrapyard scrambles, classic gun ranges, wingsuit courses, crash the bomb...
Liking some of the mini-game stuff, though. This is all mini-game stuff right here, so some good stuff there.
Complete them to unlock new mods that upgrade Rico's explosive capabilities and vehicles.
You know what I mean, FF12. If you're going completionist in Just Cause 2, it gets dull. There's no denying
players
that.
Endless ways to cause epic action, destruction, and chaos across 400 square
We should make a drinking game of how many times he says the word explosion or the times he says the word chaos. Because he said chaos like 3 times and explosion's like 5.
Massive explosion at a time.
This is long, too. They're spending a lot of time on this game.
Square Enix and Avalanche Studios will set the world on fire December 1st.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You already sold me by the words Just Cause and 3. But no, that does actually look pretty good. So I'm genuinely hyped about that. That's pretty good.
Please welcome to the stage Business Division 6 producer Yosuke Saito.
Division 6?
Hello, my name is Yosuke Saito from Business Division 6, as I was just introduced. I asked for some time today to announce the production of a certain new title that we're working on. This project's still very early in the development, but we would like to take the opportunity to announce it.
Or Half-Life Samurai.
So first, please take a look at this brand new footage. Thank you.
Okay, announcing a new game, to summarize, from Division 6, which I'm not sure... What's up with that? Parasite Eve 3. I know exactly what they did, Frozen. Oh, Platinum Games, okay. So it's not Parasite Eve 3. Maybe? Yeah, Saito, he did Nier. They've done a lot of their ancillary stuff. That's why I was confused that they pulled out a Division 6 thing for this. Then Parasite Eve 4, whatever is that? The new one. But I don't think that's what this is. This could actually be Nier 2, from what I'm looking at here. Is it a front? This could be a front mission, too. We haven't seen a front mission in a while. Third birthday was meh. Third birthday was bleh, actually. Yeah, this is just we're announcing the game. But yeah, this looks very Nier, though. Not as a bad thing. Could be front mission. No, it's Nier. It's Nier 2. Maybe. Yep. Yep, it's Nier 2. Get wiped. CGI. Gotta admit, I'm surprised by that. I didn't think they'd continue Nier, especially given how that game ended. So, yeah. By the way, this is exactly what I was talking about. Nintendo's like, here's all the games coming out this year. We don't even have a release date for that game.
How was that? It's a new Nier game, and the platform is the PlayStation 4. Production's just begun on this. But just as we showed now, we really are taking on this...
Yeah, we're talking like 2 years out at bare minimum for this game.
So, without further ado, I would like to introduce two key individuals in the project who have made it here to the conference today. The director, Mr. Yoko Taro, and Atsushi Inaba from Platinum Games, who will be working on the development with us.
Sudden music. One guy clapping. One guy. Come on. Get up here. Wait, what? You, really?
Hello everyone. I'm the director of the new project, Mr. Taro Yoko.
Yes, camera.
It's now 5 years since the previous installment in the Nier series. But we continue to receive lots of messages from fans both in Japan and across the globe. So I get the sense that the game really has been loved by so many. So to everyone who's supported Nier, I thank you heartfelt.
Yeah, this is normal.
After hearing about the production of the new Nier project from Saito-san here, and then hearing we will be able to ask Platinum Games
I know
and
Giacomo.
Character designer Akihiko Yoshida to contribute to the production, I felt that the quality of the game had already been virtually guaranteed. It feels like I really don't have anything I need to do here. But if I say things like that, then a lot of people are going to get angry at me. So I'd just like to say I'm going to do my very best on this time. So thank you to everyone.
Hey, applause. Holy crap.
Hello everyone. My name is Atsushi Inaba from Platinum
I saw that,
Games, and we will
Giacomo.
be handling the development of the new Nier title. We really didn't think that this type of collaboration would ever be possible prior to being approached by Square Enix about it. The request that we received was to instill new strength in the Nier franchise by levering Platinum Games' area of special expertise, which is action. And we readily accepted it.
Nier's already kind of an action-y
We
game.
felt that there was a lot that we could contribute to a new project. This title has amassed support of many passionate fans around the world, so we feel a great sense of responsibility towards them. But we're not really worried about keeping the new game true to the spirit of Nier, as Mr. Yoko here is on board directing the game.
Probably
Currently, all
shady.
of our staff who love the Nier franchise are really hard at work developing the game in full force alongside Mr. Yoko. It'll take a while before it's ready, but we hope you can look
Telling
forward
you,
to seeing
2
the
years
outcome.
minimum on Nier 2.
Thank you.
Bit of a shame. I don't like it when they announce games too early, personally.
Thank you, Mr. Yoko, Mr. Inaba. Lastly, I really want to tell everyone that I myself have really wanted to develop a new Nier title for a very long time. But I felt it would be very difficult to respond to the sheer passion that our fans have for this title if we couldn't do it with everything we had. Therefore, it's taken a very long time, but I'm sincerely very happy and very proud that we were able to announce this fantastic new game today, and the development team. Thank you. Even the subtitle of the game is still very much a secret, but we should be able to provide further updates regarding the title around autumn this year. So please look forward to any further updates on that day. Thank you very much to everyone.
Apparently there's a sale going on Nintendo right now, by the way. I just got informed of it on my Wii U here. Yes, my Wii U's on my desk. What do you want from me? Lara Croft. Tomb Raider. Didn't like the first one, haven't played the second one. Oh, whoops.
Something else dwells in the darkness of this place. But I've got to continue. I finally feel a sense of purpose again. Like I'm doing what I was meant to do.
Man, they're really cranking these out, aren't they? I mean, that's always been Tomb Raider. They've always cranked games out. It's just weird.
The journey will be perilous. But I must find a way. Incredible. This is it.
Please welcome Game Director for Crystal Dynamics for Rise of the Tomb Raider, Brian Horton.
Seriously, bro.
Hi, everyone. My name's Brian Horton. I'm the Game Director on Tomb Raider. Yesterday, at the Microsoft press briefing, we shared our gameplay world premiere for Rise of the Tomb Raider. Because Tomb Raider is all about Lara and her journey, we always want to make her feel as human and believable as possible. Today, we'll share some of the techniques that we use to achieve things that simply weren't possible until now. In this exclusive, behind-the-scenes look, filmed at our studio, you'll hear from some of the talented people who bring Lara to life.
In Rise of the Tomb Raider, our goal is to create the most believable characters in games. The talented artists and animators at Crystal Dynamics have built Lara from the ground up to realize this vision.
Part of creating the most realistic character that we possibly can are things like details now. So pores on the skin, we're talking about eyelashes down to finite things where snowflakes will land on that eyelash. I mean, things that really get into the nitty-gritty of what makes something feel very tangible. It gives it a lot of character. Those are the things that we're able to do now. There's a first read, which is Lara's main silhouette. We want that secondary read. We want to get in there really tight and be able to see all those little tiny things that make her very, very unique.
It's the imperfections. Even some scars from the last game have been transported over to the new model.
We want to show character in a progression of time and show that she's gone through some things to get here.
I'm trying really hard not to be negative. I have no interest in this series at all. The reboot has really been a negative for me. And all they're talking about is how much effort they put into making her look realistic.
You'll see the pores, you look at the clothes, you see all the micro details on the clothes. So
now, as a graphics designer, I do actually kind of geek out about the amount of effort and work that goes into making this kind of thing. But
when she's out in the snow, she'll actually accumulate.
This is what you're trying to sell your game on?
So she fits into every environment that she's in. We're able to.
I will say, at least they're not emphasizing her frickin' gender. She's a person. With that.
Better than the bone-driven system that we used in the past, and this all adds to the realism of her acting.
I know, 12 Maniac, I know. It's been there for years and years.
We look at every granular detail, from her anatomy, to her garments, to her emotion, in order to deliver a believable and lifelike Lara Croft. These goals become a reality as we see Lara navigate the mysterious catacombs of the Prophet's tomb.
That's it? That's what you're showing, is we spent a lot of time on making her look realistic? That's your pitch? Oh god, this audience.
We hope you enjoyed this
audience is terrible.
Look at the making of Lara Croft.
I hate this
Rise
audience.
of the Tomb Raider features a beautiful, hostile world, filled with massive gameplay spaces, with challenge and things to discover. Lara will use her environment to outsmart her enemies, crafting improvised weapons and explosives. Rest
Cool.
assured, we're putting the tombs back into Tomb Raider. Giving you an exclusive first look at the Prophet's tomb gives you a glimpse of that. We hope to show you more in the coming months. And thanks again. Have a great E3.
Oh my god, they applauded. But there's no energy. There is no, that was a polite applause. There is zero energy in that room. And that, I feel so bad for those people.
Please welcome to the stage Square Enix Montreal, head of studio, Patrick.
Montreal. I don't know what they're doing right now. I guess we're about to find out.
Thank you. Good morning, bonjour, ohayo gozaimasu. My name is Patrick No, head of studio at Square Enix Montreal. We are hard at work bringing some of the best IPs from Square Enix to the mobile ecosystem. Our ambition is to craft fresh, premium, award-winning experiences designed specifically for mobile and tablet.
Oh, sweet!
Our first releases,
Mobile gaming!
Go and Hitman Sniper are two diversely original takes on the same franchise, but they're
Hitman on the mobile.
the creativity
What more could I possibly
we strive
want?
for in crafting true AAA mobile games.
Alright, positivity, positivity.
Unique concepts.
I'm sure there are people out there who want Hitman on the mobile.
When we introduced the Go concept with Hitman Go, it was a celebration of the franchise distilled to its core. Today, we're bringing this concept to another beloved franchise. We are extremely excited to bring you our next inspiration for Go. It's a celebration of adventure distilled to its purest, most elegant one-touch form.
You guys have no idea how hard it is some days to restrain my hatred of how mobile gaming has been affecting the industry. And I phrase it that way because, as I've said before, I don't dislike mobile gaming. I dislike what it's doing to the rest of gaming, with regards to the industry, with regards to production. That's what pisses me off. This does not look like Hitman. Maybe I'm just missing something. Because we all want a mobile Lara Croft game, right? If I'm reading him correctly, this is one of those, and that's it! That's all they're showing! What is wrong with you people? I believe you, Zed. Like I said, I'm trying to restrain my negativity. I'm really, really trying to just rein it in.
It's Lara Croft, have you never seen her before? A turn-based experience set in a long-forgotten world, delivering gorgeous visual, mesmerizing soundtrack, and challenging gameplay all at your fingertips. This is Lara Croft Go. We can't wait to show you more. Have a great E3. Thank you.
Credit where credit is due. This guy's kind of cool. He's genuine. I like genuine. Everyone in the audience is playing Fallout Shelter. Okay, yes. FF14, this is already out. Do you have anything new? I mean, Heaven's Sword came out a few weeks ago, so showing me random cinematic trailers for a game I've already purchased. Come on. Okay, then there's Life. Okay, this is just a montage thing. Got it. So there's Life is Strange, which I will never play. Don't ask. We've already talked about this. Dragon Quest Heroes, which may or may not come out outside of Japan, and also I'm not that interested in, if I'm honest. Okay.
Please welcome to the stage Kingdom Hearts series executive producer Shinji Hashimoto.
Okay, what do you got for us? What do you got for us?
はい、皆さんこんにちは。キングダムハーツシリーズのエグゼクティブプロデューサーの橋本でございます。本日は私の方からキングダムハーツシリーズの
Please translate what he's saying.
最新情報をお届けに参りました。が、その前に
Please?
昨夜のソニーさんの緩
Please? I would really like to know what he's saying. What the hell did he just say? Whatever, here's the FF7 thing again, for those of you who missed it.
Long ago.
I'm going to go and dissect this a bit while it's live. First of all, the guy's talking to us, the actual viewers. Nothing that the narrator is saying has anything to do with anything else. All he's talking about is talking to the viewers of this. Second point. There's a lot of emphasis on the fact that all the CGI stuff happened after the fact, so there's a good chance they're actually going to either add content after Advent Children, or they're going to do this kind of flashback, you know, framing device thing, whatever. Third thing, the song that's playing for this is literally the song from Advent Children. Not a take on it, not a remake. It is the exact same sound from Advent Children, which by itself indicates one of two things. One, they're deliberately trying to invoke the Advent Children style of it, which may indicate a lack of faith in it, or may indicate the fact that that they're actually just going to use that same compositional style with it, and they're actually going to just ape the concept, which is a good or a bad thing depending on what you like about Advent Children. Or B, they don't have the music. They don't have the music written yet for this game, which means it's going to come out 5 years from now.
Whatever it brings. For they are coming back. At last. The promise has been made.
There is one thing that might salvage the FF7 remake in my mind, and I haven't seen anything about it yet, and that is who's working on it. Translator!
Yes, after years of anticipation, we're very happy to announce that we will be remaking Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation 4. At this time, we're only announcing that we're doing a remake, so please stay tuned for more detailed information in the future.
I was right. I was right.
Furthermore,
it's not coming out for forever.
Last year, we announced that we would be bringing the PC version of Final Fantasy VII to the PlayStation 4.
They probably haven't even really started working on it. I would bet money they've barely started working on it.
We'd really like to thank you for your continued patience, as we have to ask that you wait just a little bit longer until winter this year. But additionally, we would like to take the opportunity to inform you that we're also bringing Final Fantasy VII to iOS.
Guys, FF7 is going to be on the phones.
Before the end of summer this
Celebrate.
year, so please look out for the release.
I can barely hear him, Samurai. It's really quiet.
First, let's take a look at this new video.
Like, I'm struggling to hear him sometimes here. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts mobile game. Actually, this looks like a 3DS game. What the hell is this? It's frickin'... It's theater rhythm. It's theater rhythm. I just realized. No, it's no copyright until they're singing. We're good, we're good. Or maybe it is mobile. Is that how a mobile game plays? God, I don't even know. You can tell I'm not a mobile gamer. Yeah, I got my finger over the mute button over here. This is not the song that gets copyright, guys, okay? It's the song where she frickin' sings. So we could talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. Or we could show you this brand new mobile game we got for Kingdom Hearts. I mean, we know you guys are hyped about Kingdom Hearts 3, but wouldn't you rather play this? I'm sorry, I'm trying so hard not to be negative. Wait, is this the game that's already out? That's been out for like a year and a half now? In Japan? The one that I have actively refused to talk about? Is this it? Seriously? It is! Oh my god, it really is! This has been out in Japan for forever! Oh my god! You sons of bitches!
We recently announced that Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key would be made available in Japan, and we're very happy to announce that we'll be bringing this game to North America as well, making it the first Kingdom Hearts title dedicated for smartphones. Unchained Key depicts a story that links into Kingdom Hearts 3, and it presents a convenient way to enjoy the beautiful worlds of Disney right there on your smartphone. We hope that you can look forward to seeing it.
No.
Okay, moving along. I'd like to discuss the title, I think... Kingdom Hearts 3.
Did you hear the audience? The guy in the audience?
But rather than having me talk about
I like how he reacted to him too. That was kind of cool.
Much
That was kind
better
of cool.
if we watched some actual footage of the game.
Yes!
But before that,
no!
I'd like to show you a video message from some very special guests. So please take a look at this.
Yes! Okay, yes!
Hi, Kingdom Hearts fans. Hi, Disney fans. I'm Greg Coleman. I'm the Vice President of Worldwide Marketing and Franchise Management here at the Walt Disney Animation Studios, and I'm joined with my dear friend, Master Xehanort.
No, actually, I'm Roy Connolly, and I am a producer here at Walt Disney Animation Studios. There is an amazing collaboration going on right now between Disney and Square Enix for Kingdom Hearts 3.
He says Square Enix too.
We're working with the best animated storytellers and the best game developers in the world to put this out.
And I'm incredibly proud because
And now
this is my
we're going to
film,
release Kingdom
the film
Hearts
that I produced,
2.9.
It's going to be the first one in a series. It's called Tangled. We have this amazing partnership between Square Enix and Disney, and the fact that Square Enix is really trying to bring it to life with the same integrity that we brought it to life with, it's going to be cool.
There's a lot more to tell, and we're just going to give you a little bit today, but we couldn't be more excited.
Okay, so Tangled is in Kingdom Hearts 3. Shrug. I barely remember that movie, to be honest with you. So, what?
We're really honored to have such a great message from two key members at Walt Disney Animation Studios. As our guest mentioned, we're introducing a brand new world into the game. So, without any further ado... but I think Roy is actually here today, Roy from the video. So, hey,
He
Roy,
is.
Thank you
That's
for coming
actually
today.
kind of
Please give
cool.
Roy a big hand.
Okay, cool, sure.
So, without any further ado, here is the world premiere of the latest footage from Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay. Sell me.
Have you heard of the ancient Keyblade War? Yeah, the Master's favorite story. So, you know the Lost Masters. They're the ones who started the Keyblade War. Never heard of them. You can drop the facade.
Oh my god, gameplay. Whoa! I'm in shock! I'm in shock! I really expected none. But yes, that was young Xehanort and Ericus. Very obvious. Also, that was Mark Hamill voicing him with his voice modulated. Whoa! Okay, yes! Yes! Massive areas! Yes! Dream Drop Distance did that too. Huge arenas to go around in. It's one of the things I like most about the game, actually. And now we turn into the train thing. To be released in 2037. There's Tangled. Yeah, I think they've learned their lesson that flow of movement is really important in the Kingdom Hearts series, because they've been doing that since Birth by Sleep. And Dream Drop Distance had amazing flow of movement. Anyone who's played the game knows exactly what I mean by that. You know. And yes, Sora, by the way, does look noticeably older. Makes sense, the actor is at this point. And his uniform's a little bit different too. Pegasus is awesome.
On that land shall darkness prevail and light expire.
Yes,
the future.
Samurai.
It's already been written. Who's to say I can't change it? And maybe light will prevail. There's more to light than meets the eye. You might be surprised. Oh, I hope so.
Credit where credit is due. That's pretty much a nothing but gameplay trailer. So, yes, I've got goosebumps. I've legit got goosebumps. I really do.
So, what did you think?
Yeah!
When I first saw that video, I was personally quite surprised by the evolution that the Kingdom Hearts series has undergone. And the team continues to work really hard on its development so we can continue to bring more surprises to all of you. Your continued support and encouragement is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Okay. Could you please bear with me just a little bit longer? Since I'm actually involved with several projects at the moment, and there's one more that I'd like to bring to you today. It's called
World of Final Fantasy.
You can see the
I'm actually
title
hyped
here.
for this. This looks good. I'm hyped for this.
And we introduced the World of Final Fantasy yesterday at the Sony conference as well. So please, take a look at this trailer first.
It looks like the same trailer. For those of you who didn't catch it at the Sony presentation. But this looks like a game I'll get into. Again, it very much does look like a Crystal
memories
Chronicles game.
lost are slowly drawn back in. Two siblings embark on an adventure unlike any before. Welcome to Grimoire, a world of the weirdest
Oh, he just
of
said
beings.
she just said it's in Grimoire, so never
Here
mind.
you can
That's
befriend
verified right
adorably
there.
familiar monsters, and turn tiny enough to jump on for a ride, or turn tall enough for them to ride on you. Join forces with adorably familiar heroes and heroines, and witness a most peculiar story unfold. They may be small in stature, but the fate that awaits them is grand indeed. This is the size of a new Final Fantasy, the beginning of a new world, and a tale with countless encounters. World
Actually, that's a good
of
question.
Final Fantasy.
What platform is this going to be on? Because I've just been assuming it's going to be port. Oh, there it is, right there. PS4 and PS Vita. So there you go. There's the platforms.
So, as you just saw, this title takes place in a completely new universe, very different from those seen in previous Final Fantasy titles. And I'd like to introduce you now to the new director, who was, we felt, a perfect fit for this new title. So, please welcome the director of World of Final Fantasy, Mr. Hiroki Chiba.
No idea what this is. Yeah, I am too, Coco.
World of Final Fantasy.
Hello, everyone. I am the director of World of Final Fantasy, Hiroki Chiba. Final Fantasy is really central to the history of Square Enix. And from this long-established IP, many products have been developed in many different ways. We really are truly grateful that this IP, that Final Fantasy, has been loved for so many years. However, we also found that this long history that the series has become a factor in what may be distancing some new people from experiencing the joy of Final Fantasy. So, with that in mind, I identified 3 challenges to address in the planning of this project, with the hope that a wider audience would get to know and love what Final Fantasy is all about, and how wonderful it truly can be. First of all, I wanted it to be a game that everyone of any age or gender could play. Secondly, I want to bring out a completely new visual experience. And thirdly, to create a new game system that anyone can play that's both simple and very deep at the same time. always thought about the possibility of creating a game that both small children and their parents could play and share and enjoy together. And here we really have a chance to realize that kind of wonderful experience with this excellent IP, with Final Fantasy. So, in order to realize this vision, we really are challenging ourselves to create a completely new visual representation for the game that's never been done before with Final Fantasy series. Something like the excitement of adventuring through a world of toys and figurines. I assume everyone, both adults and children alike, have wanted to dive into the world of their toys at least once in their lifetime. And we really want to make that into a reality. And the one feature I'd really like you to pay attention in the new game is this here. As you can see, the players and monsters that you have in your team form towers to engage in battles. And we've adapted a never-before-seen unique system in which the strength and the battle powers of the party depends on the formation of these towers. So, with the Final Fantasy systems that have been refined over the course of its history at the core of this new system, we aim to offer a new, simple, and yet very deep experience. So, what do you think? I hope that this presentation has piqued your interest in finding out what kind of game this is going to be. We're diligently developing this title so that many people, including those who've never played Final Fantasy before, will feel the same way that we do. And we're currently aiming for a release in 2016, so please look out for it. Thank you, everyone.
Meh. If this was coming out on the 3DS, that'd be great. I'd be way more inclined to get it since I own a 3DS. I'm not getting a Vita for anything. And a PS4, I'm still not sold on.
Please welcome the creative director of IO Interactive, Christian
It's
Elverdale.
really hard to hear, Rohais, so I'm literally pushing my headphones further in. So let's get some Hitman
Hi everyone,
news here.
my name is Christian. I'm the creative director at IO Interactive, and I'm here today to share with you what we've
the
been
hands
working on
thing.
at the studio.
He's doing the hands thing.
Our new game is simply called Hitman, and it marks the start of a very exciting journey for us. Everything we do in this game lays the foundation for the future of the series. The experience will begin on December 8th with the digital release, where we will invite players into a live and ever-expanding world of assassination that will continue to grow, deepen, and evolve over time. It's a game where we release new locations, new missions, and new hits at regular intervals, and where we will continuously develop the game and adjust gameplay to create content and events based on player feedback. This is something we're incredibly excited about because it allows us to do things that are bold and entirely new to the Hitman experience. As an example of this, imagine a target appearing for every player in the world, but for a limited time only. Let's say
Seriously,
48
Lurker.
hours.
I don't have a drink.
And imagine that you only have one chance. The outcome is going to be final. If your target escapes, he's going to be gone forever. And how he dies is how he dies, period. We imagine that the Hitman community will work together to figure out the best ways to deal with these challenges in the best possible ways. And we imagine that they will come together every time a new mission or a new location appears. And that's just one part of the game. The core of Hitman is a creative stealth action game where you play as Agent 47, a professional assassin in his prime.
I talked about it back during the EA
contract
thing,
hits
Kamek.
on high-profile targets in exotic locations around the world, from the highly fashionable Paris to the sunny coast of Italy and the dust and hustle of the markets in Marrakesh. Locations are more detailed, more populated, and much larger than ever before. It is a high-definition sandbox where every NPC has a name and every room matters. The game has a pure focus on taking out your targets with complete freedom of approach. Where you go, when you strike, and who you kill is entirely up to you. You have the power and the intelligence of Agent 47.
Yeah, it does. This sounds a lot like an MMO.
And it is up to you whether to use brute force or to orchestrate a genuine
This sounds like a random, no storyline, no plot line, no nothing Hitman
a game that will never stop challenging our players.
Which flings my interest out the
You
window.
take out your targets, to the hundreds of in-mission challenges, to the hundreds of thousands of high-quality, community-created contracts, you'll never run out of things to do. We are incredibly excited to start talking about the game, and I hope you'll enjoy this very first peek at Hitman and our world of assassination.
I've only poked into Hitman recently. In fact, I did that exploration recently, but it at least caught my attention.
There is a world beyond yours. Beyond nations, justice, ethics. It never sleeps. It exists everywhere. And once you enter, there is no going back. You are Agent 47.
Are you sure?
The world's premier assassin. You can get to anyone, anywhere on the globe. No target is safe. To the public, Viktor Novikov is a well-known oligarch. In reality, he is one of the ringleaders in an enigmatic spy ring called Iago. They deal in secrets that unseat governments and get people killed. And they are about to compromise covert operatives in a major European country.
You know, I always wonder why the barcode doesn't give them away.
Viktor Novikov must be eliminated. The essence of a sandbox game like Hitman is freedom of approach. Where you go, how you infiltrate, who you become.
That is the least attentive
which
guard I
disguises
have
give you
ever seen
access
in
is
my
key.
life.
Okay, then, get out of here.
But
And I've played Metal
beware,
Gear Solid.
some individuals are more observant than others.
Hey, who are you?
Be prepared to improvise.
Where is he? You see him, anyone?
Yeah, where the hell did he go?
As you experiment with your playstyle,
We lost him.
each hit can go from bloody murder to a genuine masterpiece of assassination. Complete mastery of a level is rewarded. As your skills evolve over time, so do your options. Prepare equipment in advance and plan the perfect hit.
Ready for positive negative time?
New locations will appear over
Positive
time.
time.
You will
This sounds
travel
awesome.
the world. New missions,
Negative time.
new targets.
This sounds like the
Some
previous hit
targets
games
only
have
ever
already
surface
done
once
this.
for a
Nothing
limited
I'm
time.
hearing sounds new.
When they are gone, they are gone.
Other than the
forever.
open world lack of story element thing, nothing here sounds
And when
new.
you
This
think
just
you're
sounds
ready
like
to be a contender,
so.
Contracts mode has evolved within the deepest, most expansive Hitman sandboxes yet. Mark your own targets and share them with your friends. Challenge a world of assassins. Welcome to a world of assassination.
But is there
It
a
is
story?
ever expanding.
Is there a single player mode?
Ever
and is there a
dangerous.
story?
It will never stop challenging you.
One of these two things. That's what actually matters to me. However, I'm not going to call that a negative. That sounds pretty cool, and it's on the PC, so that's nice. So that could be a Diokana. That could be. There's a bunch of other random stuff. Say, this is another montage. When I wasn't even aware there was a PC conference during. This is the last conference I was notified of. Oh, okay, Lurker. That would make a lot of sense. Wow, FF15 reduced to one of the montage moments. And they're showing the damn car trip. Okay, they're showing everything. I was gonna say. So Sleeping Dogs and FF15 reduced to montage trailer. That's a bit of a shame. Tell me about it, Preacher. Okay. Listening. Is it what I think it is? Yep, it totally is.
As the inaugural Space Reconnaissance Force mission launched, mankind took its first steps on worlds beyond its own. One fortunate byproduct of the prolonged conflict with Lazonia is symbology, a power based on written patterns resembling runes.
I'm sorry, there was a Star Ocean 3. Also, Star
The
Ocean
10
4
wise
already
men
happened.
herald
This
an
would be 5,
interstellar
guys.
apocalypse.
This is Star
But
Ocean
doom
5.
is averted thanks to an Earthling mistaken for the hero of light. War with the Vendini erupts, sparking a struggle that could end time itself. How this incident helped uncover the Star Ocean's origin will be told for generations, as long as the sands of time continue to fall. Amidst these chronicles, a new entry shall be inscribed. One replete with unexpected encounters and heart-wrenching farewells. One where the fate of a planet hangs in the balance.
Interesting. Star Ocean is a RPG series that almost never came out outside of Japan, basically. It had almost no exposure outside of Japan, which is why a lot of people haven't heard of it or seen it.
Hello, everybody. My name is... and hello there to everyone in Japan watching on live streams.
Because only people in Japan are
My
watching
name
on
is
live
Kobayashi,
streams.
and I'm the producer of Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness. This title was previously announced in April for Japan, and today we would like to announce that the new Star Ocean project is also confirmed to release in North America and Europe on the
Good.
PlayStation 4.
Good.
To all the series fans out there, thank you very much for waiting. Naturally, we have none other than Tri-X, the great developer that has worked on all of the previous installments in the series on board to develop the latest entry in the franchise as well. We've prepared a world-exclusive gameplay trailer to be revealed today at this conference, so please take a look and enjoy.
When it is Even Lights, because I'm going to be busy this evening, so may not actually be covering whatever it is, whenever it is, depending on when it is. Okay, that's unique. That's like a mix of Star Ocean 3 and I don't even know what to qualify that as, a Lana system, I guess. Or actually, I guess Xenoblade is probably good. Okay, cool. With it.
So, how'd you like that? It really is an evolved form of a good old-school Japanese RPG. One of the key words for the development of this title is seamlessness. And with that in mind, rather than creating a trailer that focuses on the more dramatic aspects of the game, we decided to capture and showcase some direct footage that will help you get a better idea of how the game will actually play. Not only do the transitions from exploration to battle in the game occur seamlessly, but other aspects, such as the event scenes, will also occur seamlessly as well. In the previous installment, in Star Ocean 4: The Last Hope, we used cutscenes as an effective way to liven up the story. But this method of storytelling can also be an obstruction to the rhythm of the game. as the player becomes more of a passive observer while gameplay is temporarily halted. For Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness, we're incorporating two types of events.
Guys, we use
One are
cutscenes
dynamic
to add
cutscenes
to a
that occur as
story.
seamless events, and the second are the traditional static cutscenes that focus on staging the story. In developing this title, we aim to improve the playability and excitement of the overall experience, and we really want to break away from that notion that JRPGs are essentially nothing more than movies rather than games.
Yes, JRPGs are nothing but movies. Everyone knows that.
So, as you've seen in the gameplay just now,
I've never heard that comment. Has anyone said that
join the party and can fight in battle at the same time. The game system is also very new, although rest assured that in its evolution the system still retains the feel of the real-time action battles that were previously so well received from the series. Furthermore, also note that the gameplay screen is still quite early in development, so the UI and many other elements are still temporary. And also, additionally, the footage that we showcased today was captured at a frame rate of 30 frames per second. But for the finished game, we're aiming to go for 60 frames per second all the time. And finally, as mentioned in the video, we'd like to announce that this title is scheduled for release in North America and Europe in 2016, and for winter
Next year
2015
again.
in Japan. It's going to be a little while longer till it's ready, but we hope you can look forward to seeing further updates in the future. Thank you, everyone.
Please welcome to the stage Eidos Montreal Head of Studio David Enfosi and Executive Narrative Director for Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Mary DeMarle.
Okay, so let's hear some Deus Ex
Hello,
news.
everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be standing here in front of you today. 5 years ago, we presented you with the now critically acclaimed, Deus Ex Human Revolution. But today, Eidos Montreal is working hard to deliver you a worthy sequel for both it and the Deus Ex franchise as a whole. As usual, we are not compromising on quality and are constantly striving to meet the high expectations of the fans. To do so, the team behind Deus Ex Human Revolution is back.
Oh god, he's doing the hand things.
Groundbreaking new game engine,
He's doing the hand things.
the Dawn engine. The Dawn engine allows us to push the limits of technology, making the world of Deus Ex truly come to life. Mary, could you give us some more details about Deus Ex Mankind Divided?
Thank you, David. I certainly can. Deus Ex Mankind Divided takes place in 2029, which is 2 years after the end of Human Revolution. Adam Jensen is
that
back,
before or after the first
although
game? I don't
both
remember the
he
timeline.
and the world he's living in have changed. Mechanically augmented people like Jensen have become outcasts in this world. They are feared and even hated by a majority of people. Many are being branded as terrorists and forced to live in AUG-only ghettos under heavy police surveillance. We call it a mechanical apartheid. Jensen isn't living in a ghetto. He's left Seraph Industries and has joined a newly formed division of Interpol known as Task Force 29. His job is to investigate and stop terrorist attacks all over the world. At the same time, though, he's secretly working as a covert double agent within the task force itself. He believes that a powerful group of men and women known as the Illuminati have created the group in order to serve their own interests. He wants to stop them, and he's teamed up with some hacker activists in order to bring them down. To do it, he's going to need some pretty amazing tools in his arsenal. New weapons, new augmentations, like a PEPS gun that is now hidden inside his mechanical arm. Also, his detachable nanoblades, which can now be used as deadly projectiles. These are just two of the enhancements that Jensen has that can really make him become the next stage in mankind's evolution. Of course, how he uses these tools and how he evolves is totally up to you, the player, to determine. Choices and consequences are at the heart of a Deus Ex experience. And we, with Mankind Divided, are pushing them even further. Choices that you make as a player will not only change
She's
how the
officially
game
gone
is
over the line where
played,
she should have shut up
but
by
it
now,
will
by the way.
also change the story as it unfolds. The actions you take as the player will ultimately determine the end of the game and the end of the story.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. 3 endings.
To put it simply, we want Mankind Divided to be one of the best action RPG experiences out there. And we are working very
That was
hard to
yesterday,
make
Rojas.
sure it happens.
And I was at dinner.
Right, David?
And now hands!
Thank you.
Do it.
Enough talk. Today I have the privilege to present
wow,
you
he's not
with the
doing the hands
worldwide reveal of our very first in-game trailer. I hope you will enjoy it.
Now, I want to say something really quick. Obviously, she talked a little bit too long there, but I have to give her credit because that's one of the only times in this entire E3 so far that someone has actually talked about the story of a game. And I like the fact that someone actually started discussing the story of a game. I mean, yeah, I know, I've been talking about gameplay stuff
You don't
this whole
seem
time.
surprised to see me.
But, like, it's nice to actually hear some
This isn't a
setup in
social
that
call,
direction.
Rucker.
For once.
I'm here to take you in.
My people and I will resist you.
She could have truncated a bit, or she could have been talking over this.
Died in that bombing
but at
today.
least she was talking
The
about story.
Augmented are suffering a genocide. It begins with demonizing us, treating us as less than human, exiling us.
And now, see, now this is repetitive.
And then exterminating us.
Because this is repeating what she just said.
To end this guy
in a bit.
I got a no-kill order.
Would have thought he'd done enough to warrant extreme prejudice.
How dare you speak to me of peace and fairness on behalf of masters who hide in the shadows and murdering without the courage to proclaim their convictions in front of the rest of the world? I suspect there's a power struggle brewing within our organization. Some people inside ARC are less committed to our ideals.
Then help me find them.
Somewhere down there, hiding in plain sight, is your real terrorist.
Call me crazy. I'd actually prefer the woman talking than this. At least, I mean, this is a little bit of gameplay, but I don't know. I mean, there's a better way. They could have done a hybrid of things.
I can only fight enemies I see.
Then isn't it time you brought them into the light?
Yeah, that was all pre-rendered setup stuff. I would actually rather hear the woman talk about the story, which is what a Deus Ex game is for me, let's make this clear, than just showing a pre-rendered cinematic with setup gameplay.
Cool
Still looks
stuff,
cool.
huh?
Still interested.
Deus Ex Mankind Divided will be out in early 2016. The game will be playable on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Please come to our Deus Ex VIP room to experience the full live gameplay demo. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
And now, please welcome President and CEO of Square Enix Holdings, Yosuke Matsuda.
Thank you for taking the time to join us here today. Also, thanks to everyone around the world for watching as we kick off E3 2015. As you saw today, and also from the announcement we made yesterday, we possess remarkable content, including our legendary RPG, Final Fantasy. Now, I would like to take a moment to introduce the Final Fantasy Portal app. This comprehensive app provides any and all information related to Final Fantasy, and an English version will be coming this summer. We really hope you enjoy the rich content it has to offer. Speaking of RPGs, before I finish, there is one more announcement I'd like to share with you today.
Oh, you'd better do something good.
RPGs are our major part of Square Enix legacy.
Wait, people like
including
RPGs?
Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and Kingdom Hearts.
Not going to be.
RPG fans from all over the world have supported us along the years. And we are devoted to keep creating incredible new RPG titles.
Okay.
With that, I'm happy to announce the initiation of a new RPG project.
That's not
being
news.
developed by a newly established studio. Today, I would like to share some of the details for the first time. The new studio working on this project is called Tokyo RPG Factory.
This isn't news.
The name represents our dedication to creating Japanese RPGs. This is an all-new console RPG.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
It's not a spin-off or a remake, but a completely new
okay.
series.
Got it. New IP. Got it. New IP.
With its delicate and somewhat wistful atmosphere, we are calling it Project Setsuna.
Does anyone know what Setsuna means?
I cannot share too many details at this point, but the game is already under development and is planned for a global release in 2016.
Next year.
As you can see from the amazing content we presented here today, this year's E3 lineup is the most powerful, unique, and diverse in the history of Square Enix.
Thank you.
From acclaimed franchises to exciting new IPs with rich stories, creative characters, and world. Square Enix is bringing phenomenal entertainment to every type of gamer for every viable platform. The amazing content and services created by our global creative teams truly represent our goal to help spread happiness across the globe by providing unforgettable experiences. In 2015, you will see a full range of creativity the Square Enix Group has to offer, beginning at this E3. But we will never stop moving forward. We promise you that Square Enix will continue to deliver ultimate entertainment experiences that will amaze and excite gamers. Our powerful content and brilliant creators make that possible. Now, I would like to welcome everyone from our talented studios and partners from around the world to join me back on stage.
Well, this sounds weird, but I have more respect for the man for just reading straight from the script than constantly trying to do this. This is distracting. I'd rather you just read from the script. So let's do a recap, guys. Just Cause 3, Woo. Nier 2, Woo. I probably will not play it, but that's still definitely a Woo. Rise of the Tomb Raider, honestly, that's probably a Woo too. Even though they didn't show anything about it, it's probably still going to be good, so we'll put that on the Woo list. This is the weirdest conference, because there's a lot of good news here. Lara Croft Go, fling it out the window! We'll put that on the bad list. Kingdom Hearts 3, lots of actual gameplay, which looks amazing, so that's like a huge woo. Kingdom Hearts Unchained. Fling it out the window! World of Final Fantasy, we'll see. We'll see. Put that on the neutral. I can't tell what's going on the screen right now. Really, I can't. Oh yeah, Star Ocean 5. Not sure about that one yet. I mean, 3 was, and 4 was, Human Revolution, yeah, JSX, despite the terrible showing, that's definitely a word. Hitman, I'm gonna put that on a negative. Like I said, no story, no single player, no. So, this is still a very big net positive for Square Enix. So why was this like the most boring conference yet?
We are so
What the
thankful
hell?
for our valued fans and
Do
partners
people not know how to present?
joining us here today as we celebrate the gaming industry and introduce you to the future of Square Enix. Please visit our booth on the show floor and stay tuned to Square Enix Presents for all of the latest updates and announcements from us. Thank you, and have a great E3!
What a weird situation. Okay, let's get rid of that. So, yeah, that's over now. Okay, so I'm in such a weird position here, guys. Nothing I actually wanted them to show, except for one thing they did. Although, if you notice, I predicted they would be talking primarily about things that were published by rather than produced by, and I was right. Lots of stuff from Eidos, lots of stuff from their, Just Cause 2, Tarkov, etc., etc. No news on proper remakes. No news. No FF7 news at all. Why is it that I'm not excited about FF7's remake? I'm sure at least some of my people are interested in this question. So let me go ahead and let me push it out here. You ready for this? I already talked about my big problems during the trailer. The very design of the trailer made it very clear that they hadn't started actually doing real work on it yet. And this is something that's not going to come out for several years. Automatically, by itself, that's a negative. But let's move past that. Second point. Second problem. It's being done by Square Enix. If you don't understand what I mean by that, look at the track record. Every game that Square Enix themselves have tried to remake has either been a port, sometimes a good port, but statistically speaking, they do more bad ports than good. Let me do something really quick here. Now that we're done with this. So we can do this. There you go. Statistically speaking, more bad ports than good. I can't actually name any remake that Square Enix has actually made, or Squaresoft for that matter, that has actually been good. Other companies make good remakes of Square Enix properties, and there's a lot of credit for that. But the fact that they have decided to come in and do FF7, I've been predicting this for like a year and a half now. You guys have heard me talk about this on the teaser. Square's actually doing it. Negative. So that's the first problem. Second problem, I've already talked about this. They're trying to make it Final Fantasy 13. Now, I'm sorry, FF13 for me is still not a bad game. But let's talk about our audience, shall we? There are two generalized categories of people who want a remake of FF7, okay? There's people that I belong to the category of, and people who basically never got into it in the first place. That's the best way to categorize them, okay? People like me don't want to see super flashy graphics. They're nice. We appreciate them. but we don't actually want them. We don't go out there and it's like I've heard so many people. I've actually talked with my friends. What is it you want from an FF7 remake? There's a post on my forum which I haven't read yet. What do you want from the FF7 remake? Nobody I've heard so far has said shinier graphics. Maybe better graphics, pushing them up to FF9's level, pushing them up to, say, Dissidia's level, but pushing them all the way up to FF13's level? For those of you not aware, graphics are the black hole of gaming developing. It's one of the reasons I am so anti-graphics nowadays, because it is a black hole of time and money. It will take all of... I mean, you guys have no idea. If you, I mean, you probably do. You guys probably know. But there are so many... So much of your time and money budget gets consumed by you running over your pillow, by you just making the graphics engine and then actually designing the graphics and designing the terrain. That takes up a colossal amount of time and effort and money. And it's like, here's the development time for that, and here's the development for everything else. This is one of the reasons I actually approve of using stylized graphics or simpler graphics or retro graphics. It's not because I want them that way. It's because that means that's more time and money that goes to everything else, the actual content. This is why I don't actually want FF7 to have FF13's graphics, because they're going to spend a bajillion years on it. This is Square. They've been living and breathing graphics for years, and you know what? I'm kind of sick of it. I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about it again. If you're going to have super flashy graphics, make it mean something. Make it actually interesting. Make it symbolic. Make it significant. They have done this sometimes. Kingdom Hearts has actually been pretty good about it. But that's due almost 100% due to a man named Nomura, who's actually a really good director and likes symbolism within his styling. But look at FF13. I really hate to keep going back to FF13, but it is the poster child for what I'm talking about. There's the damn scene. There's the damn scene where they're doing the damn race on the damn thing, and they're coming down there, and the scene is pointless, stupid, padding, it's drivel, it's grind. It's meaningless flash. It doesn't add anything to anything. And call me a Blizzard fanboy if you want. I don't give a damn, because it's still true that Blizzard, at least some of the time, will actually put real effort into their CGI so that it looks amazing, yeah sure, but it means something. My favorite example of this is the Mist of Pandaria CGI trailer, which is non-stop, 100%, oh my god, yes, everything here is symbolic, everything here has something to do, you know, all this wonderful stuff. Whereas over on FF13 we have the frickin' racing scenes and stuff like it. Calming down. I don't want flash in FF7. FF7 was already flashy! It already had cool factor! It already looked awesome! It was already awesome! As far as Flash, you don't need to make it FF13. We could have an FF7 remake this year if they weren't doing the graphics like that. And maybe that doesn't piss you off, and that's fine, because you don't have to be me. I've already heard 1,000 people. Everyone in my chat is like disagreeing with me, and that's great. That's awesome. But screw the graphics, okay? That's my opinion. Screw the graphics. We could have an FF7 remake this year if they weren't so fixated on that. I made a prediction. It was about 1.5 years or 2 years ago. I forget exactly when. And one of the people at Square made a comment saying, "We can't remake FF7. It would take like 6 years." Now, once you actually went into the interview and read what he said, what he was actually saying was, in order to make a game like FF7, we would have to make the graphics like FF13, and that would take this chunk of time. And that's absolutely true. And when I predicted, back when I first saw that, oh god, they're going to remake FF7 with the new shiny graphics. And I hate being right. So that's the first problem with this. Or excuse me, the second problem. They could have used FF9's graphics and it would have worked, Zed. They could have used Dissidia's graphics and it would have worked. They could have used FF10's graphics and it could have worked. They could have used Kingdom Hearts graphics and it could have worked. Any of those would have been quicker, easier, and they already have the engines built. They could use FF12s. which I believe is actually a basis on FF10's engine. I really hope FF7 Remakes is good. And I will be exploring it the day it comes out, whatever day that is. But I do not think it will be good. And I hope to God I'm wrong. And that's my thoughts about the FF7 Remake. I am not actually excited about it. I'm also really disappointed we didn't get any news about any of the other things I was hoping for, but whatever. I mean, there's no market in the West for the Dragon Quest series, right? Heroes don't run. Now, okay, I've been asked in chat, and this is a question that's actually come up on my stream many times. I talked about this during the marathon. What system, you know, FF5, FF6 remake, like if they're doing a proper remake, what graphics system would I prefer? I got like a dozen options for that. But if you're talking my absolute pinnacle, you know, the graphics system I want, I can tell you exactly what it is. Dissidia's. I want that engine. I want the graphical engine of Dissidia for the FF5 and FF6 proper remakes. So, that's my ideal. I would also accept the FF10 and 12, which again is basically based on itself. I would also be totally cool with the FF9 graphics system, which is basically what they were doing with the 3D. It's a modification of what they're doing for the 3DS thing. The FF4 DS engine is similar to that one, for example. And it has been noted, FF7 has not aged well graphically. I've said this. FF7 has not aged well graphically. There are certain aspects of it that have aged well. I think the in-game combat engine is still fine. I think a lot of the overworld still looks really... not the overworld, but like the hand-painted art. All that still looks really good, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. But, you know, it is worth noting FF7 has not aged well graphically. I'm not saying FF7 doesn't need a graphical overhaul. What I am saying is if they came out with FF7 proper remake with, say, some new content changes, you know, like the augment system they did with FF4DS, some changes to the way the gameplay mode works, like FF4DS, and, you know, new story, and proper localization, like FF4DS. I'm sorry, I'm not actually meaning to continuing to go at. But if they came out with these 3 points, bam, totally satisfied. I'd buy it brand new. But I am hopeful that FF7's remake will be good. But there's one last reason that I'm pissed off about it, and you guys know what it is. If you think about it for like 5 seconds, you already know what it is. And it is the fact that we're probably not going to get an FF5 or FF6 or 8 or 9 proper remake because of FF7. Because of how they're doing this. Because there's only 2 possibilities here. It sells well or it sells poorly. Now, we know it's going to sell well. I'm sorry, we know it's going to sell well. That means they're going to look at that and say, that's how remakes have to be done in the future. Corporate is going to look at that and say, that's how remakes have to be done in the future. Which means any future proper remakes are going to be a time and money black hole, just like this one will be, which means it's much less likely to happen. I would actually put money saying that FF4 will get a, you know, 13-style remake better, more likely than 5 or 6. So, because FF4 is the one they like to win remake already all over the place, and the one that's the most popular in Japan, so there's that as well. I suppose I could add the fact that it's on the PS4 as a negative, but that's, I mean, that's just because I don't own a PS4 and still don't really have any plans to pick one up. I mean, someone asked earlier why it is that I am interested in a Wii U and not a PS4, and it boiled down to the fact that the Wii U has about 18 games, I think, total, some of which I own, some of which I don't, that I want to, and this PS4 has 0 right now, 0 games out right now that I actually want. Oh, no, that's a lie, typo, so, okay. 1 game that I want on the PS4, and let's see, we've got Kingdom Hearts 3 and maybe FF7 remake and maybe FF15, and all of these are maybes, and this is why I don't this is why the PS4 thing is a negative for me, because I don't feel like shelling out $500 for this many games. Or $400. I don't care how much it is. I don't feel like shelling out a couple $100 for this many games. You know, I don't think this is an uncommon perspective here. In fact, I would imagine a lot of people have the same exact perspective for the Wii U. You know, it's like, oh, there's like 3 games on it I care about. I'm not going to shovel out $200 for that. That makes sense, right? Games. That's what sells a console. I don't give a crap about anything else. So, yeah, that's the perspective there. Now, it has been pointed out that it's been saying PS4 first. Oh, it's $400. My bad. Sorry. And Square Enix has been moving towards the PC a lot lately. I've noticed, you know, inch by inch, more and more games have been coming out, been being ported to the PC. So there is a degree of hope that things like, for example, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Type O and FF15 and FF7's remake will come out on the PC. So that's great. And that would be awesome. But and we'll see is basically what it boils down. Now, I believe Type O actually is getting a PC release. I just don't know about the rest. So that's it. I'm going to shut off the recording for our YouTube viewers at home. I'm going to keep streaming for at least a little bit, though, so